Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to day 2 of MDL Autumn 2016 action. We are in the lower bracket of Group A. Team Secret and LGD Forever Young fighting to stay alive and to have a shot still at entering the upper bracket of the main event. I'm LD, but I'm not alone here. I am joined by the lovely GoDz. I think, unless he's muted. I see you are trying to talk, but I do not hear you. That'll do it.
Radiant team pick.
Hello, GoDz, are you with me?
Yo, what's up? I'm here.
Yeah, so we switched up the computers, hence the slight kerfluffle there. But good to go now, it looks like. So we're going to see an IO first overall pick here from LGD Forever Young, GoDz. This was the go-to hero for Secret in their opening match yesterday. It has been snatched away from them.
Interesting. And I mean, yeah, this was a hero that was banned out against Secret in most of their games. Obviously, Pilot Eye very well known and accomplished on the IO, so no big surprise. But curious to see how the LGD Forever Young team can play with it. As I'm sure Xiaowei, the man, the director, the guy with a plan. This is like a battle of legendary captains. We've got Xiaowei taking on Puppy. Unfortunately, in the lower bracket, but two of probably the most accomplished captains in their respective scenes.
10 seconds remaining.
Axe the reply now from Team Secret, so they're going to change it up here. Yesterday we saw the 4F Tidehunter quite a bit with that IO in the opening stage, but they will opt to do something a bit different early on. So perhaps a page out of the MVP playbook. I mean, you mentioned it. It was more fun on MVP for 4F. He got to play more exciting heroes, but he gets his hands on the Chop Master.
Yeah, there seems to be a good level where Puppy's trying to integrate that SEA MVP style-esque playstyle into Team Secret's playstyle. It's not like he's trying to replicate it exactly. He is picking some of his own, him and Pi, the two supports. Like, he's still picking supports that they're comfortable on. The Bounty Hunter we saw yesterday. We saw the IO. We're going to see a Witch Doctor this game. These aren't heroes that MVP particularly used to run a lot. Let's go way back to when they were playing with Nuts. But as far as the cores go, what we're seeing mid-1 MP play, 4F maybe to a lesser extent, it's very MVP-esque.
Yeah, and I guess it is worth mentioning, there's not 100% guarantee this is 4F on the Axe. Puppy has played it as a greedy jungler at times. I think much more likely it's 4F in the offlane, but definitely still possible they could throw a curveball here. As for LGD, they grabbed the Bat Rider. No Oracle picked up yet. And they do have the IO to work with, so we frequently see these two paired with like a Morphling as a carry or someone who can, very easily follow up on the Bat Rider lassos. And speaking of the Morphling, quick ban by Secret.
Yeah, no Morphling for you. Yeah, Secret, I mean, as far as their draft's concerned, looking for some follow-up for the Axe as far as reliable damage in their cores go. We'll see what they have in mind for MP. One game of Invoker yesterday. Could see another game of Invoker for mid-1. MP in the safe lane, he's played a few different heroes. He's proven to be fairly flexible for this team, so always good to see like an MP Slark. We saw the PA. They seem to be fairly flexible with his hero pool when it comes to the carry role.
Whoa. Got a little bit louder there. Okay. Yeah, so Bounty Hunter now getting banned out. We saw Secret running the IO Bounty in one of their games. Rough start for them that time around, but they had that one really good fight. I think it was like 4 track kills unanswered, and it completely turned the game and forced a deciding game 3 versus newbies. So not going to be able to have that level of comeback mechanic built into this draft.
Yeah, exactly. And that was, I think, a key hero for Secret when you look at their games and what they've done. It's just having that, having a comeback in the team fight with the Bounty Hunter. So taking it away, I think, a smart choice from LGD and make Secret go a different direction with their picks and stuff. And we're already seeing that even with their opening. I think Secret probably went back to the chalkboard a bit after their day 1 matches where they probably weren't totally pleased, obviously, with the outcome. But I think overall the team play was all right, but they just needed to maybe fine-tune a few things with their drafts and play style and how they want to win games. Because even the one game they won was a huge come-from-behind victory. And yeah, their draft was meant to have a weak early to mid-game, but you don't want to have to play every single game like, okay, we're going to lose the early mid-game, we're going to lose a Rax to a Drow strat, and then we're going to come back with a big team fight. That's obviously not something Secret will look back on and be like, yeah, that win was a great win for us as a team when you lost the early mid-game that hard.
Secret looking for that 4th ban. They will remove the Viper.
Radiant team
Hero that can dominate 1v1 matchups. I think that's probably the biggest thing to note about the hero. And I was just going to say, are they looking for the mid-1 Invoker because it goes really well with Axe. can be difficult to lane against the Viper as that particular hero, but not going to see it anyway. So mid one. I mean, he really was impressive on his Invoker in that one game yesterday, Gods. They were down like 20, 25k and still felt like they at least had a chance, but didn't end up working out.
Yeah, and like you say, the good synergy with the Axe means it's a guaranteed Sunstrike to follow up the call, and even just a cold hero is getting hit by Forward Spirits, a lot of damage can come out. Axe is just a great setup for a lot of Invokers, big teamfight spells. So a smart ban. Secret then opt to go in the Jug. Jug's always a really good, safe, reliable pick, even picked up early on in the draft because he is flexible, can go mid, can go safe lane. There's very few games where a safe lane Jug is going to be a bad pick. It's a hero that doesn't... It's not like you see an opponent can pick a certain hero and it's like, okay, Jug's been countered, he's useless now. He gets countered if he's mid and has a bad matchup and doesn't get much farm. We saw that a bit yesterday where there was a mid Juggernaut on Ghost that got shut down pretty hard. But if a Jug's getting farm in the safe lane and you pick him up when you haven't picked up another carry, you can just put him there and be happy with his farm.
Yeah, also it gives someone that can fuel the push as well with the Witch Doctor heal. So we have seen a few of drafts this tournament where teams felt like they were lacking on their ability to mow down towers. So far, LGD Forever Young definitely fitting that particular bill. So they really have no way to kill structures reliably. But haven't picked their IO partner yet. It could well be a Sven, a Tiny, maybe not a Tiny against Juggernaut, but someone that can bring those building downs in short order.
Yeah, so the Timbersaw pick, very good at chopping through the Axe, of course. Not amazing against the Juggernaut by any means. Once you get the reactive armor up a lot, you can obviously tank an Omnislash pretty well, but at the start of the fight, you're not going to necessarily have it. So if you're caught out alone by an Omnislash, you can just die as a Timbersaw. But now we see something which is a direct counter to the Jug. The Sven comes out, Warcry with the bonus 20 armor for your whole team means the Jug in a team fight's doing very little in the way of damage, and that you can't really reliably Omnislash until you see that Warcry buff wear off. So I like the Sven pick, pairs very well with the IO. And you're looking at the lanes here. Secret just picked up a Storm Spirit, which suggests a slightly more defensive laning style Stormer here who's going to want to farm a bit. Juggernaut himself. The Axe is the one here who can contest the lanes, but if LGD can avoid Axe pressuring their lanes too much, Sven is a very safe pick to just dominate the early to mid game with farm.
But did you see this one coming, Gods? The support Leshrac being grabbed to round things out. Unless they're running like a super greedy jungle Bat Rider, but that seems rather unlikely.
Yeah, Zhao picks it up, so support Zhao Leshrac. Pushing power, I guess, something that they didn't have a whole lot of outside of the Sven. But more interesting, yeah, I'd say the Omni, that kind of Lesh, yeah, it's a pick you hardly ever see, but he's still going to just be a standard support. But Omni Knight, that very strategic hero and what he can do, giving a repel to your Storm Spirit, contesting the offlane with a heal bomb on an Axe. This could be a really tough safe lane for LGD if Team Secret decide to contest.
How much do you think Slacks is paying them?
Dude, Omni Knight is suddenly, like, this is what, the third Omni Knight we've seen this tournament? I don't know what's going on.
You know this
Slack's been whispering in a few people's ears.
He has way too much power. First, already on a top 2 TI roster, and now to add to it, he is literally dictating the meta with meme videos. I don't know that anything more catastrophic could be happening to my Dota 2 gods.
I mean, I saw Puppy tweeting like, look, Slacks, I'm coming for you on the MMR leaderboard. So Puppy's obviously been watching some Sir Action Slacks replays. He's taken a page from his book as far as leading his team to victory. He's like, look, I had some great success back in TI1, TI2, TI3. My captaining lately, you know, Team Secret, we haven't been so hot. What's Slack's been doing? He's been winning a lot. He got second, you know? He's up at 5k MMR now. Like, how's he winning games? So Puppy, perhaps he's bringing in a new style of captaining to this Team Secret.
That's all right. We'll just invite Slacks to the next summit, and then he won't leave. And this slight problem we've been dealing with will be well behind us.
Then the memes will end. It'll be the death of Dota 2 LD. Don't do it.
Then Bruno will come back from the dead, and everything will be all well in the universe again.
Yeah, and, dude, you know, that's actually to blame for Slacks' emergence as the top memer. If Bruno never left us, this wouldn't have happened. Bruno died for Slacks to take
for
over.
Our sins. Yeah, all those photos of Bruno at TI, that's not really Bruno, guys. That's just his animated corpse walking around. He already died for our sins. But all right, guys, let's get into it. We are going to see an early D ward here. Xiao 8 able to kill one off. I think we saw, what was it, 3 D wards in the Vici Gaming series. And again, LGD able to start things off on the right foot here as the runes will be grabbed. Io getting one early. On the bottom rune, Puppy will take it. So it's the supports this time around, getting their hands on that extra bit of gold early on. And it will be a bottle immediately coming out for the Io.
Yeah, interesting that they prioritize supports. I guess Omni Knight hero that can always benefit from having an early item or two, but for now, yeah, Storm versus Timbersaw in mid lane. You're going to see Super and how he can handle that. He had a very unfortunate Medusa game where he got stuck on a cliff yesterday, but something that LGD are just going to have to shake off. They were so close to being in the winner bracket. It will be an aggro lane from Secret. They are pressuring what is a safe lane, aggro lane from both teams, I should say. As I imagine this is more like Sven dodging the aggro tri-lane and feeling like he's going to get more farm up top.
They go in though, onto 4F. The double stun combination comes through. There will be a puppy heal here to allow him to retreat safely, but level 1 Omni Knight, not really a lane where he can be too aggressive. Doesn't have the Uv, hasn't gotten the aura yet, no boots picked up either, so just gonna look to rely on the axe here to slow down Monet. Meanwhile, bottom, there's a tether. So yeah, like you said, two aggro lanes, GoDz. Do you favor either team as far as their lanes go?
I think it'll be both lanes just kind of chipping away and getting a bit more farm. Secret, I think their safe lane can contest the Sven a bit more than LGD would like. You can already see the Sven. And he's just farming under his tower. He's got a wave there, but just sitting on just a single CS. Now gets his second CS, but the Batrider also pretty resistant to resistant to the Batrider pressure. So I think Jug will do just fine against this Bat. Bat can't really play aggressive when you've got the Blade Fury. He has to play around the cooldown, which is on cooldown now as Batrider does go aggressive.
Yeah, moves in on the Pylite Die. That level 1 Blade Fury, very long cooldown, 42 seconds. So they won't really be able to punish this, though, with the boots and just auto attacks. MP gets in a bit of extra chip damage here or there. Lanes are going to stabilize. And looks like in the mid lane, a Timbersaw versus a Storm. And so far, mid 1 doing quite well. And frankly, guys, he's had a good showing in pretty much all of his 1v1s so far this tournament.
Yeah, to me, where he shines, where he sometimes top lane aggression coming in. LGD want to kill on Puppy.
He does have the repel available. He tries to juke around the trees. It's not going to happen. Shao finishing him off with just an extra auto attack there. And meanwhile, there was also a dive in the bottom lane as the Witch Doctor goes in, kills off LPC on the IO, but it's a bit too late. The first blood will go the way of Forever Young in the end.
Yeah, Pi diving deep to get that kill. Gets it before he dies, but the result of that isn't actually that good for the person who gets the first kill necessarily, because Batrider, the core hero, gets a solo kill. So Batrider getting a solo kill in some ways is better than a support getting a solo kill at a support.
Looks like the lanes are going to stabilize here. The Witch Doctor Pylite Die limping back towards the bottom lane now, as he also had to sacrifice himself for that one. LPC going to join Shao 8. So they are going to rotate both supports here all the way up to the top lane. 2-1 right now for LGD Forever Young, looking to make it 3-1. And they're going to walk right into 4Ev. This rotation, I believe, was not scouted fully, but they have a suspicion there might be someone heading this way. LGD not going to chance the movement in the end. They'll back away. And this does leave your Batrider, level 4, on an island bottom lane, but he's already got the boots, the Windlace, and it's not going to be an easy kill by any means. They'll try for it with the cast. The Maledict comes through, and they get the crit. MP, can he finish him off? Blade Fury still cooling down, but with the Maledict damage, it might just be enough. He's got no HP regen, and the last Maledict should take him down. And pop goes the Batrider.
Easy crits, LD. Easy crits.
I think he lives there without the crits.
Yeah, that was the first, before the first Maledict proc, so yeah, I think good chance he does.
It's only level 1 Maledict, does not really do that much damage. In this case, it was barely enough. Well, gets a free fountain trip, and he does get back to the lane. Rather, Monet gets back to the lane before the creep wave arrives, so they don't really miss out on too much lane experience or farm, per se. See that standard Sven build, leveling up the cleave early on. Seeing the Dominator rush for pretty much every Sven. There were a few games at TI where players would, make the adjustment, go for an early armlet, into an Echo Saber, or even Blink Dagger, and just look to fight, but are you expecting players are going to do that much in this tournament, GoDz, or do you think it's more back to the old ways and the greedier builds?
I saw one Sven, I don't know if it was an MDL or another tournament, go for an armlet recently over the helm, and the main difference is if you go for the armlet build, you have to have a support or a teammate stack in the ancients, because you always want the ancient stacks. Like, if you're not stacking your jungle ancients you're not getting value out of the hero. So you can go the armlet build, and it's actually, I'd say, the better fighting build, but you have to have a teammate stack. Bottom lane, they're going on Pi, but nope, no follow-up stun. Jiawei gets cold feet.
Oh, the Maledict did connect, though, and the Blade Trade just barely enraged. He doesn't have that bonus move speed from Warcry, but in comes the IO. It's not a fair fight here for Secret, and now they want to make a move on MP on the Juggernaut. Phase Boots cooling down, but will he be able to get away? It looks like the Lesh stun may have missed there. It's a little choppy for me, but I'm going to try a quick reconnect here. So it is a full try on tri-lane now.
Ooh, mid lane, mid one. Oh no. Don't die. No, why LD's not here? Okay, he's good. He's better than his rune. I say he's good.
I've been living a fairly charmed life with these reconnects. Did he die?
Yeah, he tried to outplay Super when he wasn't, like, I don't know what. It was just mid one doing mid one things. Let's
like
put
he
it
could
that
have
way.
just walked away basically, and he
he
swag on him.
Like, he wasn't even trying to like bait him for a kill. He was just trying to bait him to use mana, and then he dodged the first chakram with a ball lightning, but then the chakram pullback hit him with a whirling death, and he died. And I was just like, mid one, why are you doing that? He had mana to ball away further, but he was just being greedy for the sake of being greedy and trying to be flashy.
On the back of that now, he's down in CS as well as LGD Forever Young gonna bring still 3 heroes to this bottom lane. But they are pressuring the Sven. It looks like they don't want to just give him free farm. Instead, the Bat Rider heads to top for LGD Forever Young. And with all the musical lades here, LGD getting that 1v1 kill in the mid lane, it looks like should have a decent time of it, all things considered. But still Secret keeping it pretty close. Are you favoring either team towards the tail end of the laning stage here?
Sven's had a bit of a rough laning, and he's actually had to rush the treads. Normally, you just want the Brown Boots Helm of the Dominator build. You don't want to actually have to upgrade your treads until you're like ready to farm Ancients or something. Mona even just going to pop the ultimate to farm some jungle here, so he's just trying to catch. This is basically him saying, "Look, I need to catch up on farm a bit. I'm not doing as well as I'd like to be doing as a Sven." Yeah, he's top CS, but he hasn't free farmed, which is normally what you want your Sven to be doing early on. So. He's still going to be in just farming mode, which is kind of good. It opens up the safe lane. Jiawei can get some XP and farm there, but I think neither team has really pulled away yet. It's going to come down to those first couple movements, the Axe Blink Dagger timing, and the Bat Rider Blink Dagger timing as well. So,
we had a belligerent Triceratops here, refused to move respectfully out of the way of that camp. So, Secret failing on their first ancient stack, presumably going to be for Forev.
I don't know what it is, LD.
I feel like that bug has been in the game for a while, it feels like. Or is it a bug? Or is it just meant to increase the salt levels of Dota players around the world?
I mean, they are the easiest to kill, so I guess that's like a balancing thing where they're the easiest to kill. Like, when you're a right-clicking carry, you love when you see the Triceratops. You're like, sweet, easy gold, these don't fight back.
So, I mean, in my eyes, this is Ice Frog's revenge. They move onto the top lane. Young for you, getting called out. Good cast there by Pi. Will secure the kill, but can Super turn it? Mid one is pretty low when it comes to mana pool. Does already have the infused raindrops picked up, so he's a bit more durable. Meanwhile, bottom lane, MP spinning, making a move on Xiaowei. Does have the Omni Slash available. If there weren't a TP, he may have gone for the kill. Xiaowei already level 5 here as the support Lesh. Doing quite well in that regard. Super will walk in, walks right into mid one, and the Maledict already prepared. That's a level 2 Maledict, but I think Super may be a bit too tanky to bring down. They're going to need follow-up damage, and in comes Xiaowei, looking to turn the tides of this particular engagement. Super, can he find Pi? No, the Maledict finishes him off mid one, turning back for another. He wants Xiaowei as well. Can he finish him off? The lasso comes through. Another stun will end mid one. He balls to the right, and he gets the kill before dropping. Even the neutrals cooperating. Basically a 3-hero gang. As Forev struts up and looks to even steal this stack. Everything going Secret's way there, and now leading 5-3.
That's one of those, like, they even steal the stack here with Forev coming in like, oh sweet, I'll take this. That's one of those, like, almost every tiny thing goes their way. Like, there's definitely an element of luck there helping out Secret. Some of it was just timing. Like, Witch Doctor would have died before he TP'd if not for that Maledict, because the Chakram was about to get thrown out before the TP went off, but Timber popped the Maledict. The Deny, the Storm getting just enough mana from the stick charges to get the next kill as well. Like, that was just everything just perfect from Secret.
Sven finally now does have his Dominator, but notice Secret, I mean, they're good at playing their own economy game, but they are also good at keeping tabs on yours already. Just using everything in their disposal to scout this out. They will see there aren't any agents being stacked yet, but a Hellbear Smasher arrives now right as that illusion expires. The Secret, at this point, should be expecting the Sven with the Mask of Death previously revealed to be looking to stack some agents. We'll see the tower going down mid, last hit to
Radiant's
Xiao
bottom tower
who
has
is
fallen.
maxing out the Edict, to your point, just very much picked up for the tower killing potential. But at the same time, MP will grab the tier 1 bottom.
I think the big thing with Secret where you're not going to dominate the first minutes of the game is you've got an Omni Knight. This hero needs levels, he's kind of slow to get online. He really peaks around that level 8, level 9 point when he's got max purification, max repel, and that's where you just go fight with. The heal bomb that does a huge amount of damage, the repel on someone like the Storm Spirit. Storm's not going for like any greedy Bloodstone build, he hasn't gone for the Arcane Boots, he's going for the Treads to maximize his early game damage output. Even has the wand. He's got all the small little items that say a Storm wants to fight, and I think it's because he's got an Omni on his team. He can do a lot of damage, and we're going to be seeing Secret probably group up and start playing around. And Forev isn't rushing a Blink, but they can still look to fight around just having a high-level Omni Knight. They've got great fighting capabilities right now.
LGD, they are smoked here. The wave is hitting their tower, though. Dire scanning to see if the Ancients are being farmed, or potentially about to be stacked. Not the case, and they back away. Only showing Super here in the bottom lane, but it seems Secret recognized something is up. A forward Radiant scan. Not going to reveal a hero.
GD on mid one, though.
This could be very big, potentially. Is already an early Hood grab on Super. Not too common to see a Hood first, but he will be tough to kill.
It's a bit of an odd build. Has the soaring, I guess, for his mana needs, but...
Really delays your Bloodstone a lot, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of this.
Maybe
like heal bomb with a
oh, Death Horde coming through. The heal to start things off. The Maledict follow-up, and mid one there. Looking to secure it. One more auto attack will grab it. Already a killing spree for mid one. Despite giving up a solo kill earlier, he's back in business, baby. And now Monet comes in, looking to try for the punish. Mid one into the trees. TP's out. We'll make it home safely, but they're wasting a lot of LGD Forever Young's time here. Really pulling them around, and not too much of a trade. Just the creeps killing a tier 1 top, but nobody to get the last hit there.
Yeah, I was up there, but I guess missing the last hit. And all in all, good moves from Secret. They also just good discipline. Like Storm used up 80% of his mana to secure that kill, and after that, if a fight breaks out, you're in a terrible shape because Storm has no mana. Witch Doctor's used his ulti and his Maledict, so he doesn't have many spells left. So two of your heroes wouldn't have been able to do much if a fight broke out after that. So it was very smart of Secret to back off and do so without getting caught.
Super off to the neutral stacks now, and you can see Puppey already intent on slowing down the economy game. Axe has picked up his Vanguard. Forev, though. Blink still to come. About 700 gold away. Do you see either team feeling any particular sense of urgency, GoDz? Are they both just content to farm right now as we head towards the mid game?
Yeah, LGD, when you've got Sven, definitely content to farm. Sven really peaks with the Echo Saber plus Blink. I'd say that's his item timing. And then you get another peak when you hit the BKB after that, assuming, yeah, he almost definitely wants a BKB against this kind of magic damage. For Secret, they're the ones perhaps looking to be the aggressors, contest the ancient stacks, and fight with the high-level Omni Knight.
Middle tower is under attack.
Still no Blink on the Bat Rider. Young for you has had a very rough game. 35 CS. The next closest core is at 70. Feels like
the thing for Secret
really
is they don't have to play aggressive. Like, they're still going at a pretty good pace for now.
It's going to be a lasso initiation. He just came in for the high ground, but mid one, looking to turn around, balling forward. He gets off a good remnant on 2-3 heroes for him. Still kept alive by the Omni Knight. Gets off the call, but Xiao looks to chase him down, courtesy of the Pulse Nova. One extra auto attack will secure the kill, and all the while, Super on the Timbersaw in the backline finds the secondary kill, bringing down the Witch Doctor. They're hunting for more. Mid one will make it out, but unable to secure a kill. Good initiation there from the Bat. All things considered, they even get the tower denied. And he did it without a Blink.
Pushing at nighttime, like the vision, Secret just didn't really have good intel of where heroes were, and they didn't get great value out of their Omni Knight in the sense that because of the Bat Rider, heroes got pulled deep under the tower, and Omni Knight's not very mobile. So once the fight gets spread out, you're not going to get a lot out of Omni Knight. Bottom lane, MP gets stunned up by the Lesh with the Edict, and they just died to this one while speed.
Couple more auto attacks. It's going to be oh so close. He makes it out. I think it was like 60, 70 HP there as the Fountain Regen begins to kick in, but that was scary close.
Yeah.
Although he makes it out. But still these Blinks yet to come. Bat Rider is closing in on his. Looks like Secret.
That's where I feel
anyway.
Secret didn't have to rush there. Like the Axe Blink was like a couple hundred gold away. Like yeah, you're versing a team who's trying to out farm you with Sven, but don't rush things. Wait till you have your Blink initiation and then take those fights.
Regen Rune spawning now towards the bottom side. It would be a tasty treat for mid one. And the ping comes out from Puppey. Looks like they do want to secure it for him, if possible. And they know this is relatively safe, as they do have a ward here off in the Radiant jungle. So they see the IO. They're about to see Monet, I believe, just for a little second there. And they will find the Sentry Ward that's been planted to slow down their Ancient stacks, but Sven not really that far ahead when it comes to CS gods, nor when it comes to net worth. He's only 10 up on a Storm. Normally you'd expect him to be, even if he's even on CS, he's got a lot more Ancients and he's really a lot farther ahead, but still relatively close here.
Yeah, as far as like Sven net worth, this is probably below average for this minute of the game for what you normally see on a competitive Sven, but I guess Secret have been fighting a lot and brawling, and it's come at the cost of Secret's net worth themselves. Like there's a 1,000 difference between, like you mentioned, the Axe or the Storm, but it's still a Sven who's ahead. So as far as like comparatively to the Jug and the carries on the other side, Sven's doing fine. It's just like compared to the average Sven game, it's not amazing by any means. But I think we'll still see Sven get his Blink Dagger up and be a big problem for Secret to deal with. They've got the Guardian Angel, but it's one of those things again, like you've got great catch with a Blink Sven, with a Bat Rider Blink Lasso. Omni Knight has to be so careful with his positioning, and then you get to this point where Bat has a 4-staff. If he grabs the frontliner, like a Jug or an Axe, and then 4-staffs away, Omni Knight can't Guardian Angel that hero because he doesn't have the mobility.
They're going to make their move. They find mid one. Secret just made a maneuver up this way, but they ended up backing off. They have the Axe Blink. They had a smoke on Puppey, but they didn't actually go. Mid one ends up getting caught out and punished, but can Secret look to turn and get some vengeance for their fallen comrade. They call Super, and they look to follow this up. Good repel there to keep Forever alive, but Super very tanky with the hood being self-activated, and now Timber chaining back and further away. He may still drop here. A follow-up call. A couple more auto attacks. The pure damage essential to try and bring him down. At long last, they will slay the beast. And along with that, the IO of LPC also dying a bit earlier, but still a Timber Saw and an IO for a Storm Spirit. Not too shabby, all things considered.
Yeah, Sven kind of farming, and even the Timbersaw who died actually pulled ahead even because of that kill at top. He's now out farming the Sven again. Like didn't really lose out on farm as a result of that death. So I think Timbersaw isn't going to be too upset about dying there. I believe he actually bought his Bloodstone recipe, so I think he didn't lose any gold when he died. And for LGD, they're hitting their timings well. They're going to have that Sven blink I keep mentioning very soon, and that's where they get really scary to fight into.
Yeah, and they do have a great lineup to initiate fights with the Sven blink. That plus the Bat Rider, who at long last has his own relocate to follow up these ganks, can be devastating. But as you mentioned, it is important to find the Omni quickly and focus him down, or he can be very problematic the longer the fights go. Still no Orchid yet for mid one. It's been a bit delayed. Secret are looking like they may want to defend this bottom lane. Currently, Bat Rider and Timber aren't there, though. This is not your relocate duo who can come and help the team during the push, so if Secret get wise to this, they could potentially punish this maneuver. They are looking for the jump on mid, and 4F instant reactions makes it out. They even prompt the relocate. Secret might be able to punish if anyone from LGD ends up sticking around.
They instantly smoke. Only with 3, the Jug kind of trailing behind them.
They push out lane. They know where the IO's coming back to. Can they fight around this? LPC bringing back Young for you. And they both get caught by the heal bomb. The Lesh is there to try to cover the retreat. It's already too late. LPC down. It could be Young for you next. And it is. He falls. The Lesh 2. 3 have been slain. It's all up to Sven. Monet on the run. Heading to the north. Juggernaut spinning the other way as they corral that Sven and look to focus him down the heal bomb. It just ignores all that plus armor. And now Super, the last man standing. What a disastrous move on the mid lane. The relocate came out late, and after the Axe had already made it back to safety, those quick reactions from 4Ev completely catching LGD off guard.
Yeah, that's a great example of how you want to take a fight if you're Secret. Try and have a fight where everyone's kind of grouped up and your Omni Knight is in a great position to get off the Guardian Angel. He managed to hit everyone as the Sven initiated, and if you're LGD, you need to try spread the fight. That's where the Bat Rider and Timbersaw come into play with the Sven, being able to pull someone off to the side, being able to chase someone as a Timbersaw, and that's where Sven can blink in, isolate a hero that can't be saved by the Omni Knight. But when Secrets start the fight on their own terms like that, there's no chance for you to kind of get kills as a Sven, because Omni Knight's just going to Guardian Angel the second you initiate.
Super hanging out in the mid lane. And MP now building straight towards a Diffusal Blade, it looks like. No Ghost Scepters just yet on LGD.
Yeah.
Not really that common to rush the Diffusal at this stage with Jug, especially when he's like your... Well, I guess he's not your hard one position. You do have a Storm, but normally we will see it a bit later on. Or if you're up against something like an Omni Knight.
Yeah, this is some very single target damage output. I mean, you get a ton of agi out of this, so it gives you some armor, gives you some alright damage, but even like you said, like get something like the Manta Style before the Diffusal, but I guess Manta Style against the Sven Cleave against the Timbersaw, the illusions aren't really particularly useful this game. And even as far as stuff to dispel, like the main thing the Manta Style does, if you see Batrider blink on you and you're fast, you can Manta and then he can't lasso you. But I think in general, this is a game where maybe just looked at like the Manta Style is not that amazing. Let's just start working on my Diffusal since he's not going to be going the Battle Fury farming build. They want to go for a fighting style.
You can purge the War Cry, right? I believe that you can.
I believe so. It
Not the
should be
God
dispellable.
but
Yeah.
and maybe the Hood buff. I mean, that doesn't really help the Juggernaut, but perhaps for the team could come in handy. Not entirely sure about that. Here goes the smoke. LGD Forever Young. I don't think Secret saw it, although it did look like it was near this Observer Ward, so they may have some idea. Ooh, they are backing on that. Perhaps they did up the vision. Radiant Scan reveals heroes. It could be tempting to creep around this cliff. They're only showing Super in the mid lane, but he's so aggressively positioned that it feels like Secret should know something is up. And I mean, just look at their vision in general, gods. They are vastly superior in the vision game right now.
And it's just one of those heroes that isn't even afraid of being on the front lines now. If he gets caught, he's like, I've got 1600 HP, Vanguard, Blade Mail, and Omniite behind me, and now Omniite has his mobility out. If he can solve those mobility issues where he needs to get in range of a hero to save them with a heal or a Guardian Angel, he's got a 4-staff. Wouldn't even be surprised to see him get like a Blink Dagger as well on top of this, because this is going to be such an important vision and mobility game. He gets caught though.
Lasso is going to find Puppey, but in come LGD Forever Young to turn around. Monet's there for the backup, but they're locking down, controlling him to cast. Absolutely devastating with the death ward as well. They shred 3 again. They look for a 4th super, chaining away for dear life, but mid one has a decent amount of mana here. He could potentially give chase, and with the Diffusal Blade, if they can lock Super down, they will be able to kill him off. They get in range, throw a ball of lightning into a pole, and now, no purge just yet. He manages to Timber Chain out again, turning back. Super completely surrounded here by the entire enemy team and no help in sight. GoDz has abandoned ship. He is all the way up top, and it will be a mega kill for 4F. Well, I guess the only good news is mid one doesn't have a Bloodstone because he went Orchid build, but no extra charges for him, but this is still pretty ugly, guys.
It really feels like what we're seeing is Omniite emerging into the meta as like a commonly picked hero, because he is just looking so strong. If he doesn't, you have to go on the Omniite there as that fight, and you have to burst him before he uses his spell. Once he doesn't die in that lasso, the fight is just instantly lost. They had to have more follow-up damage. I think the Timbersaw not in position to do any damage. The Sven tried to blink in, but even the Sven wasn't instantly backing up the Batrider, so they didn't get the kill on Puppey, and that just leads into a complete catastrophic fight for LGD Forever Young.
Well, last time they tried to lasso Puppey, it ended poorly. So even though he was scouted just now by Young For You, not going to chance that move.
They really need the full stuff. The full stuff on the bat makes such a big difference when you're going for those pickoffs, being able to isolate a hero, pull them away. Yeah, Storm has good mobility, but just means it's a bit harder for the Axe to counter-initiate with his Blink Dagger, because he's not, unless he's like right next to the hero getting caught, he has to run on in and then blink, so not having a full staff on Batrider, Yao has really struggled to get any farm. He's getting outfarmed by an Omni Knight. He's almost being outfarmed by the Witch Doctor. His net worth is absolutely abysmal at this stage.
Yeah, I mean, you go back to that first 10, 15 minutes, he was sitting, I think it was like 35 CS when every core in the game besides him was at 70. And sure, Bat doesn't need as much farm as a Sven or a Storm, but it's just been a snowball effect ever since then. Sitting 0-5-3. He's died a lot. He has CS very well. And LGD just haven't prioritized giving the Batrider a decent position in the game.
Yep. He's got to be careful now, because Secret's smoking up towards this jungle, and they've had vision of him too. They know where he is. Storm not there for the jump, but they have got Axe.
Young For You, oh, is able to blink out. Good reactions there for him, missing on the call. Just barely, though. Still chasing like he's maybe considering a go. Could initiate with mid one, but that's a bit too far to dive for a Batrider. And they will let him go again.
Some of those young man's reaction time, even though they are some old men on this LGD side. But
I definitely have some older fellas here between Super and GoDz.
yeah.
But that mix of the old and the new blood has been quite effective for other teams, so we'll have to see how it pans out for LGD. This roster still in its infancy, at least with regards to their overall composition. Not looking too good for them here in game number one. Is a best of 3, guys. The losing team still gets to play in the playoffs. Not tomorrow, but the next day they will kick off. But They will be starting in the lower bracket.
Is there no games tomorrow? I didn't realize that.
Oh, sorry. I'm getting my time zones mixed up. Yeah, it will be. The games tomorrow will be the first round of the playoffs, I believe.
Okay. Yeah. I was like, I'm pretty sure there's no middle days off. I'm not entirely sure.
No days off. No days off. Constant Dota here.
I think tomorrow's the main event begins. They're gonna go over to the arena. I don't know if you know where they're playing. Somewhere.
Some arena, somewhere in China. Dota will happen.
Don't worry, it's not KTV, guys.
Oh, happy memories. Are you excited for the cruise ship?
Dude. Everyone's like laughing about it. I was like, dude, how fun would it be to be on a cruise ship with Dota players and just?
I mean, being there would be great, right? Because if the event goes to
man.
shit, you just go for a swim.
Yeah, there's a casino on the cruise ship. There's like a nightclub, you know, like it looks great. God,
I feel like the primary
right?
reason
Like,
for some teams going is not going to be Dota as well. When it comes to Dota, mid one having a great time now. Bloodstone picked up his first extra Bloodstone charge secured. Just balls in, assassinates the IO. With the Orchid, it's a food IO really. Has gone for the Yule Scepter, but still very difficult to run away from a Storm 1v1.
And this, I mean, mid one, he went for the Orchid before the Bloodstone, which is not your typical Storm build, but I like the decision this game with how good the Orchid can be at killing off the Timbersaw, who has no way to dispel it, and just how aggressive Secret want to play. You've got an Omni Knight behind you. You don't need to go for that tanky defensive Bloodstone. Even though getting it early is nice to start building up the charges, having an Orchid just can really allow you to find tons of kills and snowball out of control.
What is LGD's way back into this game for you gods? Any particular item, particular objective they need to be focusing on if they're going to turn things around here?
It's going to come down to good teamfight execution where they don't get caught in a fight where they initiate and then Omni Knight Guardian Angels everyone. They don't have a diffusal buyer, so that pretty much means they have to start a fight with the pickoff from Batrider, ideally on the Omni Knight, or if you're picking up someone else, you need to kill them before the Omni Knight saves them. So it's going to just be teamfight execution, smoking up, getting a good initiation. Monet's going to have a BKB. That's obviously part of having a better teamfight, is him not getting kited around having this BKB. But more than anything, it's fighting around the fact that Secret have this Omni Knight. This is the hero that is causing them so many problems every single fight.
Monet just trying to finish up his BKB here, and just now secures the money for the recipe. As I believe a Radiant scan comes out outside the pit. Doesn't find anyone from the looks of things. Yeah, looks like it was a Radiant scan. And Secret going to walk back in. They do have a medallion, freshly picked up down Puppy. And they will look to secure the Sages for mid one. So we'll try one more reconnect, though at this point. It seems kind of hopeless. Perfect World is not happy.
No.
If there's a big team fight, we wouldn't be able to see what's going on anyway. So,
You've been pretty good about our reconnect timing so far.
yeah, I've missed
Solid
one kill,
comedy.
but you
Yeah,
were
that's
here to
like
bail me out, gods.
It's alright.
I appreciate you.
I gave a great depiction of what happened, which was mid 1p, you know?
Yeah.
It's great. It's super mid 1. He's so good at like making a really questionable play, and then he'll bounce back and do like something insane right afterwards. Like he got the double kill over and then the neutral deny right after over by the enemy secret shot. Like I feel like I've seen this countless times with mid 1.
Well,
It's
called bringing balance to the Force, gods.
Yeah.
If he only made the sick plays, things would fall out of line real quick. So keeps it interesting for the Secret fans. That's for damn sure. This might be worse than the last time I was gonna. Oh well. We'll see the TP's out now from Secret. As they head back towards their jungle. It doesn't seem like they're in any particular hurry here. A Lotus Orb coming out soon for Super. Other items being progressed on. The BKB has been done on Monet, and it looks like he wants to make something happen with it, but this would not be the time to jump. And he isn't going to end up going for it.
You use your whole kit just to take out an Aegis, and then Secret could just push and break your base, so not the play or call to make. Secret, though, they are grouped up at top, and this is going to be them forcing the tier 2 tower. Probably don't see this even get defended by LGD. LGD can try to look for farm trades elsewhere on the map. Maybe a tier 2 tower at bottom to trade, but if Secret see them pushing that tier 2 bottom, they'll either defend and go fight LGD or even just force them back by taking a push to the high ground of LGD's base.
Mid one. Can farm some neutrals here, but the real action comes in the top lane in the form of MP. Starting to hit buildings. At the same time, though, with the Less Track Max Diabolic Edict, LGD Forever Young, they're not too shabby at trading buildings here, guys. Definitely the faster tower killing lineup overall. Yeah. So I wonder if they consider maybe trading even further than that. Monet does start to head towards the bottom lane. If
The scary
Secret
thing is the
persists
Storm
with the
TP back
push,
has great catch. He can catch you as you retreat. And I imagine they're going to have to back off because, like you say, LGD push faster. You need that Storm to go catch.
and they're not even Secret, very indecisive here, not even really hitting buildings, so they are going to make the move now. Mid one, setting up. Will there be follow-up? A beautiful call by 4Ev. Completely stretch them apart. 2 down, make it 3. Looks like 4Ev got at least one dunk off there at the end. It was a devastating maneuver.
Radiant's top
So
tower
devastating,
is
in
under
fact. The
attack.
echoes of that storm falling in persist long after the bodies have hit the floor.
And I don't know if LGD thought they were going to cancel the TPs, or Sven, getting very close to the Omni at top, but maybe the call was Monet was like, I'm going to cancel TPs, like, just keep pushing, guys, but you've got to know that's coming, because if you're pushing faster than your opponents, and your opponents, like, right now, Secret's stronger. They're pushing, they have Aegis, they're much, much, much stronger in a team fight, in any scenario, apart from pushing speed. So you've got to realize they're going to come back and defend. There's no way the team that's stronger with an Aegis is going to let you take a Rax faster than they take a Rax. So a Storm TP with his catch, you have to predict that if you're LGD, and they just did not have a good game plan for taking on Secret there. I think it's fine if the Leshrac dies. If Leshrac dies, to force him to TP back and does that much damage to your TP tower, it's worth it. It's the Batrider blink in, it's the Timbersaw follow-up that's just totally unnecessary. They should have just left Leshrac there to push and have him basically be a sacrificial lamb to stop the Secret push.
Mid one posting up here in the top lane, and meanwhile in the mid lane, Super has gone in, but 4Ev is able to get onto him. Storm following this up, trying to focus down Xiao8, who does go up into the air, courtesy of the Eagle Scepter, but as he comes back down to earth, the real pain begins. Up to 17 Bloodstone charge for the Storm, and Rising Omni Slash coming through. It's not quite enough to secure the kill. Very delayed animations as Monet starts to work on MP, but now he is isolated. 2 allies have fallen. Witch Doctor, the only hero secured so far by Team LGD, and Monet will have to break away. This leaves Super in a very unfortunate predicament. Can he get the call and make it out in time? He will be able to. No blink available on 4Ev for a little longer there. So he will end up barely escaping.
Yeah, not a terrible fight for the LGD squad. They managed to stall things out a bit, and, well, here we go. Sven's like, look, I can't do anything in these fights. Omniad's wrecking me. Let's go Diffusal. This is perhaps the first time I've ever seen this Sven in a competitive game, at least. I can't remember ever seeing this before, but I don't blame him. You're reversing this Omni-Knight, he just keeps destroying you, so why not?
Yeah, mid one is just going ham at this point. Straight onto Young for you, brings him down. Now turns back for Xiao8. Can they finish off the Disco Pony? Not going to happen, but Monet now left to his own devices. He's so desperate. He wants to get his own Diffusal Blade. Does get off a good Storm Bolt. The follow-up comes through courtesy of the Lesh Stun. So mid one is Aegis to work with. And then he's got 19 Bloodstone charges. So he will have lives upon lives to stack up in this fight. Mid one, does he go for the base? No, he backs off and tries to isolate more critical targets. Monet being focused on the Storm, tries to dodge the Storm Bolt. Not gonna happen. Very low to the Echo, but not quite finished off that Saber. Insufficient to get the kill. Leaves Super very much isolated. Focus, not quite finished off. Mid one going back in on a sliver of HP, but the long range Timber Chain could be enough to kill him off here. Even with that little bit of extra damage, courtesy of the Maledict, he survives, he gets the kill. Mid one playing on a knife's edge, and now he has the help of Puppey at his side. The repel there will protect him against Xiao8. 4 down, about to be 5. The Batrider will respawn with the last one, but I don't think it matters. LPC is in chop range, but there is no mana for a chop. Still, a blink in, looking for the spin. The Blade Mail comes through as well. Can they finish the job? The heal there too. LPC just barely able to shake his booty back to the well. Now 4Ev, the man who wants to retreat, but last already committed. Force that at the ready. Is there follow-up? Storm going in once again. On to Young for you. The heal bomb 2 isn't enough. Makes him go pop. LPC just can stand and watch, and he too will fall. A full wipeout as Timbersaw just now rejoining the fray with this one. He had the Bloodstone suicide. Buyback coming into the game again. He will die back as well, and with that, LGD Forever Young looking a bit worn out after this game 1.
Whew. Mid one Storm just went off, and it's a great counter pick when your opponents have IO, because one of the big problems is often finding the IO in the backlines, and it never felt like there was a team fight where Sven is in the front lines, cleaving away on people, hitting people with an IO tethered to him with overcharge. I don't think that really happened at any single time in this entire game, and a big reason is just the fact there's a Storm. He can ball pass, find the IO, isolate him. IO never got any items to tank up, and mid one just was huge this game. He could not be dealt with. It wasn't just an IO, it was a Leshrac. 2 very squishy, vulnerable supports. The Lesh pick definitely didn't work out for LGD. The IO pick didn't either, just because Storm just ran all over them.
So if you change up the draft tier for LGD, anything in particular you would want to change? Just don't pick that support duo? Is it The way they
A lot of things,
those
LD. I don't
heroes.
know.
Blow
Like,
the whole
draft-wise, I
team
think-
up.
Yeah, like, the support duo are very weak. It doesn't deal with Storm. I mean, first pick in Io should be fine. Like that's I don't was the Storm picked up in the first two? I don't believe so. I think
Storm
it was
was
a Witch Doctor
the
Axe.
4th pick. I think it was Jug
Yeah,
before him,
I mean,
right?
You know, I think given Mid One's history playing this hero recently and in the past, like it should have perhaps been banned in that second stage because they picked up the Axe Witch Doctor as their first two. They banned the Invoker instead. So I guess it's one of those things where it's like it's easy in hindsight to say, oh, they should have banned Storm, but then this could have been an Invoker going 14-3 and 8 instead because Invoker just goes off, and you don't know the Omniite's coming because Omni Invoker not so scary, Omni Storm very scary, but the support duo a bit weak. Sven's a very risky pick. I think Sven has to be one of the harder to execute carries in the current patch. We saw Sven work yesterday, but that's like one of the like, wow, Sven actually won a game kind of scenarios. So, just I think the draft didn't really work. I think Yao had a pretty bad game on Batrider. He just died a ton, never got any items up. His net worth really says it all. So a lot of things went wrong for LGD.
All right, folks. Well, this was game 1 in a best-of-3 showdown. The losing team will be starting in the lower bracket of the main event, set to kick off tomorrow. I'm LD. He's GoDz. You're watching Beyond the Summits coverage of the MDL Autumn 2016 tournament. We'll be right back after this